Hey guys, still figuring out here? I do comparisons between authentic and non-authentic Marvel Legends, so do hit the subscribe button and check out my playlist of authentic vs KO Marvel Legend figures. In this video, I'm going to share with you how to differentiate Marvel Legends Crossbones from the Thunderbolts box set. This one on the left is the authentic and the one on the right is the non-authentic. So at a glance, you can see that they are really similar, and even the guns, the big Gatling guns are similar. So how do you differentiate these two figures? There are a few ways. Let's bring them closer. The white parts of my authentic crossbones has yellowed over time, so that's why you can see the difference in the shade of white. One difference is that the non-authentic has a glossy deltoids over here, this part, and also a glossy looking thigh. It's a bit difficult to see on camera, but yeah, you can only really compare it when you have both figures in hand. One sure way to differentiate these two figures is the bootstraps. Okay, the bootstrap of the authentic crossbones can move up and down and it is not tight. Yeah, you can see that both the left and the right strap on the boots, this brown strap, can be moved. For the KO, however, it is fixed. There you can see that I can't move it. The second way to differentiate them would be the bottom of the feet. For the authentic, they have this part over here. There you can see that this is kind of a separate piece which is glued into the bottom of the foot. But for the non-authentic, it's missing. It's just one solid piece of foot. Yep. So this is another way to differentiate whether the figure is the authentic or the KO. The authentic figure has quite a soft vest which can be taken off easily. There. But for the KO, the vest is a bit harder, and also the gap on top over here is a bit smaller that it is a bit more difficult to take off. There, it gets stuck a bit. So yeah, these are the two vests, and the logo of the non-authentic also looks decent. There, this is the non-authentic logo and it's printed quite well actually. One way to spot whether it's a KO or the authentic vest is actually by looking at this pocket over here. You can see that this pocket is really sculpted in a complete manner, kind of squarish. But if you were to look at the KO vest, you can see that especially at the bottom part, it's not clearly defined. Now, when the vest is taken off, these two figures really look the same and I really cannot differentiate or find any differences between the torso of this figure. Now, next thing are the guns. For the authentic ammo, you can see that the three stripes is differently placed. So this is the authentic, this is the KO. For the guns, first off, the authentic is a bit heavier and it has a gimmick whereby if I turn the knob and then there's a trigger over here, this is the trigger, and I press the trigger, you can see the gun spinning. But for the KO, it's actually light and it doesn't have that gimmick. See, I can just spin this thing and this thing can be spun around also, but there's no gimmick. The quality of the plastic is also different. The authentic one is very smooth, whereas for the KO is not as smooth as the authentic, but it's a bit difficult to tell over the video. You need to have both of them in hand, then you can kind of see it clearly. So yeah, anyways, authentic has a gimmick, KO, no gimmick. And if you only have pictures to look at, you can actually take a look at this part over here. This front part. This is the authentic and this is the KO. So if you look at the authentic, you can see that this rectangular part here is shorter and this one is longer. And this part over here is longer. This top sculpted part here with the three red lines. But for the KO, this part over here is shorter. So yeah, if you can only see pictures, then you can check this out to see whether the Gatling gun is authentic. Which is, this one has a shorter one. Shorter rectangle. This one has a longer rectangle. Another way to differentiate whether the Gatling gun is a KO is that you can see this circle things at the handle, because the authentic one does not have that. There, the authentic one doesn't have it on both sides. For the KO, they have that circle on one side of the gun. My KO also comes with a grenade launcher, although the grenade launcher is kind of disappointing because this part over here is very loose. I can literally drop it. And this part over here at the front can be extended, which is cool, but this is really a letdown, this loose part over here. But at the very least, he can hold his gun like this. So again, the easiest way to differentiate whether it's authentic or non-authentic for these Thunderbolts Crossbones would be the straps at the boots and also at the bottom of the feet. Do stay tuned for more comparison videos between non-authentic and authentic Marvel Legends. Hit the subscribe button, follow me on Instagram, and take care everyone.